Master, I must begin with a humble apology. I was unable to retrieve the aspect of Drakenweld.
Why am I not surprised?
The stone is of little concern, quite forgettable. Actually, the foul kingdom is rife with them. But your failure to obey I find quite troubling. Has my judgment of character fallen so far in my isolation?
Master.
Of course not, Master. There was a group of young warriors there, which we had not anticipated. Pitiful, really. They wanted to vanquish the bandits for the sake of a local backwater town.
Pathetic.
Pitiful indeed. Tell me then, how is it that these pitiful youths bested you? I felt it unwise to reveal the full extent of my powers over such a trivial matter. Trivial, make no mistake, Akmenos, you only draw breath because you are useful to me. There are many ways to obtain the information I need. I was born of the eclipse. I have nothing but time. I understand. Do you? Could reduce you to dust and think nothing of it. You've been a plug in Terrazel for too long. Such wanton destruction is the folly of weaker men, but I will make an exception for one who treats my life's work as a triviality.
Fool.
Those young warriors may seem but vermin to you, but only a fool would discount the enemies he has yet to defeat. I left a parting gift for them, Master. An army of undead. It is unlikely they survived. Unlikely? Then you have failed even to see their death through the end. Know this, we are not the only ones in search of the aspects. I won't have us discovered so easily. See to it that your baseless assumption is correct. If their bodies are absent from the manor, I will require more from you on this matter. Waste no more of my time.
It will be done.
Of course, Master. In Drakenwell Manor, the party finds much more than bandits after rescuing Sophia and Siloen. They are attacked by a powerful necromancer who came under the less than believable guise of the search for a family heirloom. Sarah, Brooke, and Samara, these mysterious women from Aramor, band with the party to defeat the undead. Sarah and Samara set off to continue their search, leaving Brooke with the party. Though Lincoln's sense of order and duty is conflicted by allowing this, there is more to this necromancer than they yet know. They head now to Sojourn, preparing to face the anger of King Varric. You would vouch for him after he risked my troops against your orders.
Yes.
Lincoln is the most capable soldier I've had the privilege of commanding. He would have had good reason. This army isn't built like Narmon's republic. I don't care how good his reasons were. While this crown sits on my head, orders are to be followed to the word. If every officer followed weeks old orders and refused to adapt to changing circumstances, Aramor would write us straight into a history book. Time and again, you stand your ground against my words. Do you know how many commanders have gone toe to toe with their liege and live to speak of it? All of the competent ones, Your Highness.
Very well.
Exactly. I am patient with you because I trust your brilliance. I'm not so sure this Lincoln merits the same respect. All he requests is that his troop stays together. They'll have to prove it a benefit to me. I shall arrange a test for them, a path of redemption. Should they pass, they can keep their battle group.
Your Highness.
That is most generous, Your Highness. If I catch wind of you giving them any kind of advantage, the headsman will not have such occasion to care for your brilliance as I.
Your Highness.
Understood, Your Highness. I wouldn't dream of it. Hey, Elias. What have you got there? Oh, hi, Marin. I was just whittling. It's something simple for my hands while I think. Can't say I would call that what you're doing there simple, but I guess that's beside the point. What's on your mind? Curious mind. Not much. These days I felt so at home in Duskwater. I think it's just taking me some time to adjust. Well, where were you before Duskwater? A lot of places. Too many places, if you ask me. Okay, let's take it simple then. Where were you staying just before you stayed in Duskwater? Everhearth, with the dwarves. Did you like it there? Were you happy? I was. Truth be told, it was the happiest I've ever been.
Really?
How come? I learned to craft armor and weapons. They taught me their traditions and trade, all in exchange for nothing. A strange people, to be sure, but some of the best I'd ever known. It was there I learned that to whittle, actually. It taught me how to stay happy with little. I learned there that the family you make can be just as loving as your own bloodkin. That's beautiful. I'm sorry. I don't mean to pry. You just looked like you needed to let some steam out.
Sure thing.
No, I don't mind at all. You're a good listener. Do you always spend your time letting near strangers vent to you? Surprisingly enough, no. I'm really more of a private person, but I hate to see people stuck in their own head. Then you have a gift, really. I've met too many that don't even care to notice, much less do something about it. You're too kind. I would say that honor belongs with you. Hey Sophia, when we found you, I saw you had a pet, but I didn't think you actually fought with it too. I've never seen anything like that before. That's pretty neat. Thanks, Alden. Yep, Butter and I are absolutely inseparable. You two make a good pair. He's a funny little guy too. He sure is. Wanna pet him?
Are you sure?
Would that be alright? Sure, go right ahead. He loves to be pet.
Oh, Butter.
See how he See how he's snuggling into your palm? That means he likes you. Oh man, that's sweet. I'm surprised you don't have a pet of your own, Alden. I always wanted a dog back home, but I guess it's for the best that we didn't get one. I would have just had to leave it behind anyway. Yeah, that would be hard. Maybe you'll have one someday. I hope so. Then you could show me how to fight with him in battle. Haha, I'd be happy to. I bet the two of you would be absolutely unstoppable. That would be totally awesome. Dear goods, is that safe? It would be if you hadn't wandered into my personal space. Should I leave?
No.
No, stand very still. Very, very still. There, now you won't be burned to a crisp. Is there something important, or did you interrupt my training just to say hello? There isn't a good answer here, is there? Not if the answer isn't something important too. No. Well, me asking you about the past is pretty important, right? Would you care to leave willingly, or shall I resort to force? Wait, that came out wrong. I just mean, the last I heard you were living well in Canopy with your family at your back. Oh, you pay attention to kingdom politics. How original. I'm just trying to ask you a question.
Guess I'll state the obvious.
Stop trying then. Problem solved. Alright, I'm sorry. I didn't want to pry. I figured you wouldn't mind talking about it.
That's cute.
How about you go figure somewhere that isn't in my training space? Alright? Have some manners. I'm trying to spend some time alone here.
What a joke.
Oh, excuse me. I missed the big sign with that written on it and happened to walk within 20 feet of you. Huge mistake on my part.
Guess I'll state the obvious.
If you had any sense of tact, you'd have been me and realized what I was doing.
Right.
You know, you're probably right. That sounds like it was intended to be an assault, but I'm all tactless, being this way since birth. You really don't. You people make no sense to me. Have you not spent any time in Sojourn? Actually, I've never been. Just a bumbling country lad, aren't I? Does it just make your blood boil spending all this time with us uncivilized youth? Yes, happy? I'm used to hot-drawn baths and 3 servants at all times. This is my own personal abyss.
You're really something.
The river is right there. It may not be warm, but it works just the same. I'd even say better. The current helps you wash. How uncouth, asking a lady to bathe. Would you prefer I ask you to join me? I'm a good teacher, I promise.
No.
You're simply disgusting, Carrick. I don't need to be taught to bath.
Are you sure?
I don't recall specifying that that's what I intended to teach. Get out of here before I call Lincoln to fetch you. Yes, ma'am. Well, Lincoln, Sterling spoke quite highly of you. Then you must have caught him in a good mood. How did you meet? At Vulture's Eyrie in Frost Soul of 1100. Did Sterling ever speak of it? Only afterwards, when we returned on leave. He was very secretive about it before then. No doubt his discretion is why Varric trusted him with the mission, and his skill, of course. And why did Varric trust you? I had been to Vulture's Eyrie before, and knew several ways in and out. But to be honest, even my knowledge of our purpose, there was strictly need to know at the time. Sounds like I I have you to thank for my brother making it out alive. You might, but I could say the same of him. Hardly any part of that mission went according to plan. Your brother was quite quick on his feet. Always has been. When I was 10, Brookstead was raided by a large force of bandits. Sterling took it upon himself to rally the townsfolk and repel the attack. So I've heard. That's retelling always made him quite bashful. I'm not surprised. He's never been one to rest on his laurels. Always kept his eyes focused on the next great achievement.
Indeed.
And that has served him well.
No kidding.
It definitely has. I just hope I can do the same. A worthy goal. I find myself bearing ill news to you more often than I would like from my friends.
Sterling.
It's good to see you, regardless. How bad is it? Well, the king no longer wants you dead. You can thank me for that later.
Come on.
You were protecting his own subjects. Why would he want us dead? Your orders were to return to Sojourn immediately. If the king were any more lenient with order breaking, he'd have a squabbling flock instead of an army. Lincoln can thank you later. I'll thank you now. I'm sure it isn't pleasant standing up to Varric. Much appreciated. All sounds like good news so far to me. What's the sketch? I relayed your request to remain together as a group. He wants to test you first.
Oh, come on.
We just cleared out the biggest bandit stronghold in the last century twice, and he wants us to prove ourselves.
How is this fair?
I must agree with Sloan. This seems rather ridiculous. Look, standing around lamenting life's unfairness won't save your battle group. Varric's word is law. What's this test then? You'll travel east to the old mustering grounds near Sunborough. Some deserters are holding up in the Colosseum there. They've amassed a considerable force and have been a constant thorn in the king's side. We're to take up arms against our own people. It's certainly not the most glorious work, but I suspect that's why Varric deems it to a fitting test for deviant soldiers.
Huh?
I never thought we'd be fighting other Delians. They've taken to waylaying travelers along the road. They're nothing short of bandits now. They disgrace the Delian army they wear. Troubling as it is, it sounds like we've narrowly avoided anything worse thanks to you. You have my thanks yet again, Commander. Of course, old friend, anytime. As a little girl, I used to wonder what it would be like to fight in an arena. Guess I'll finally get my chance. As far as I understand, there are actually quite a number of rules governing honorable gladiatorial combat. I doubt we'll see any such rules observed here. I've yet to encounter brigands with a taste of honor. Hail, travelers. We're spotted. Look alive. You've nothing to fear. Come to join our cause. Your cause. Do tell. Under what banner do you assail traders on the road?
Here's the deal.
The banner of peace, and those were no mere traders. Those taverns brought machines of war against the good people of Paramore. And what of our good people? Should they fall victim to Aramore's machines of war? They wouldn't if they join us in laying down our arms. Seems you'll not have that chance just yet.
Time for a beatdown!
As you'd have it, to arms, people. The king's men have returned. Drive them back. You're fools to oppose us.
Are you sure?
From where I'm standing, I'd say you've got that mixed round. Indeed, I must say I'm impressed with your work. Such an eclectic group. Perhaps you sure truly are as special as your dear Sterling would have me believe.
With
Your
honor.
Highness, you honor us with your presence. Ah, a show of respect, a bit overdue, I think, but that hardly compares to the treachery of this one. Oathbreaker, your war will bring only death and destruction. If you won't see reason, you'll see that for yourself. Ah, such poetry. Though I think I've heard quite enough from you. Perhaps you'll find a more captive audience in the dungeons at Dervin. Now be silent, Cur. Your betters are speaking.
Don't think so.
This isn't over. If only that were true, I rather enjoyed ordering that little skirmish. At any rate, you've all passed your trial and won for yourselves a clean slate. Now stain it with the blood of farmer. Huh? What exactly did they do again? Tell me, little one, do you derive your strength from your insolence?
Alden?
Forgive my brother, your highness. He is young and still has much to learn of our histories. So it seems, incidentally, the road to Red Hill should provide ample opportunity for lessons. Red Hill, is the settlement in danger? A large Aramon force was spotted marching there but 2 nights ago. You'd best make haste and prepare the defense. I've dispatched reinforcements to aid you, though they won't be as quick to arrive.
Right away.
As you command, we'll set off at once. Good. Oh, and Irving, do be careful. Red Hill is a bit far from the capital. Should you fail, I'm afraid your brother would be of little help.
Yes.
Yes, your highness.